So now, karibu to Alboa Cinema. Now, there is an incident that happened a few days ago. Some guys were robbed in Kibra of their production equipment. Now, this has become something, I don't know if many people know this or not, it's become something that's become extremely pervasive. There is a lot of robberies of equipment, cameras especially, because they're easy to sell and whatnot. So this happened. I don't have the full details of exactly what happened, how it happened and whatnot. And I'm not particularly sure if that's as important as equipment was lost. And expensive equipment at that. Now, what has transpired after that is that there is a group of young actors that took to the internet, as you'd expect, to talk about how they deserve the security and also good food. I was a bit surprised about that bit, but I think generally you are talking about the welfare on sets. The way this person, the comment I was reading about, I don't know if I'm able to place it here, but the comment I was reading about sort of moved away from the fact that somebody had lost equipment, probably hundreds or thousands worth of equipment, and now it became about how good they should feel on set. Talking about how they need good food on set. You don't even cook good food in your house. Most producers in this country cannot afford all these things they're talking about. But they have to produce. You see? So what normally happens, personally, I can speak from personal experience. I rarely use security like cops. What I do is that I do other things that will mitigate against something like that happening. Because if you're on a low budget, say you even have 50,000, you're shooting a short film or some concept or something. Because those are the numbers people are talking about here. It's not millions of shillings where you can go hire security, quadrone a place and shoot. You're doing low budget. That means there are things that you must do to keep it low budget. The first thing that normally goes, whether you like it or not, is security. What we do normally is that we shoot in areas we know to be safe. We shoot in areas where we know people. And when we go to scout the location, during that recce, we know who to deal with. We talk to people, form relationships on the ground. Most likely we'll use the locals as extras. Maybe they'll deliver some, Maybe they'll deliver food, props, whatever. You might even hire someone's house to shoot in. This is the kind of small things you do that give you goodwill with the people, and at the same time, they would warn you of things like this. That's number one. Number two, you must vet the people you're working with. Okay? Most of you are just, because you're low budget, you don't do the due diligence properly. So what happens is, you get some random actors who come on set, or crew members, they look at the equipment you have there, and they start to form ideas. Or that was the intention to begin with, because these gangs are rare. The people stealing equipment, they're around. That's part of their business. So you must use referrals, especially people are going to be around your expensive equipment. Okay? That's number two, vet thoroughly. If they have not worked in the industry or know someone who can vouch for them, you're better off not taking the risk. Okay? Now, there's a lot of things that so many people don't understand about film in this country. It is not an industry. It is a small sector at best. We hardly make 2 movies a year that are in the cinemas. We never know what money these guys are making from movies because they never tell anyone. So you can't really call it an industry, can you? So what the majority of us here are independents who are trying to make it. So because of that, that is worldwide. Independent filmmakers, we always cut our corners in some things where we know we don't have the funds for them. Okay? So the immense sacrifices that have to be made as an independent filmmaker in a country with no industry or standards for that matter, where anybody can just walk in. Anybody can just walk in, call themselves whatever, cinematographer, what, director, anyone. These days, because there are no standards, people are pretending so much, so you never really get to know what people are doing. That's why I'm saying it is not an industry. Just anyone can, basically a marketplace with no standards. Okay? The most consistent work that is found in this industry is TV. Maisha Magic, Mnet, NTV, whatnot. That's the most consistent work, and it pays dog shit. As the actors and crew. But it's consistent, it allows them to pay rent and whatnot. Most of those locations, they'll tell you they don't have police there. They shoot where they know they are safe. They shoot with people they trust. Okay? So whichever way you might take this, it's not in my general demeanor to baby people. I think it's upon you to take the necessary precautions so that you're not robbed. And for you young actors who feel that, yeah, this is what not, let me tell you something. Many of us, we are still struggling. We are better, of course, than before, but we've walked through the fire. We've been on sets. We shot a movie called Moscow Day with 50,000 shillings. We were eating noodles on set. That movie has over 150,000 views on YouTube. Okay, it is won us awards. Best local language film in 2015. Kalasha. So if you really are in this industry, behave like one. Stop pretending you're in an industry that actually works. So that you stop saying, oh, we need good food. I actually felt that was it is the words of a spoiled person who doesn't fully understand the struggle in this sector. I call it industry loosely because, branding purposes, but you don't get it. So I will tell you the truth. You can do with it what you want. It doesn't matter to me one way or another. You either take the necessary precautions or you continue losing. That's that.